So David, part of our intent with Pick Hitz was to identify some companies that really deserve some attention, and you called out AudioCodes just recently in an article, and you compared them to Superman.
Well, to Clark Kent. You know, honestly, I hear AudioCodes. I've heard the name for years, and what I was thinking about,
I mean, like DSP codec.
Yeah, you know, when I hear that, I think of like 12-year-olds sitting under desks eating chiclets, typing code all the time. You don't think of them as a hardware manufacturer. I knew they made SBCs, but who makes the SBCs? Who uses SBCs? It's such an inelegant product. You put it in and it connects your phone calls. Congratulations. But you know, you take a second look at them and you realize they're making some pretty innovative hardware around voice, VoIP phones, around video conferencing, their collaboration with Microsoft on Teams. Some really amazing
stuff. I believe on Teams, they probably have the biggest portfolio for Teams hardware.
Well, let's go take a look. Let's have him tell us about it.
Hi, I'm Jason White. I'm the EMEA Marketing Manager, and I'm responsible for all of this.
You're responsible for all this. What is all this? Where are we?
All this. So we're at ISE 2025. We're in Hall 1. This is booth 1D170. And this year I'm really proud of actually what we've been able to achieve and what we've put together. Because as an organisation, we really embraced the unified comms or unified communications element of ISE. This is new to ISE. They did some last year, but it's expanding, it's growing. So rather than just come to ISE with meeting devices and IP phones, we've really actually brought our entire kind of portfolio to show you actually how that whole solution environment has changed massively. Like with the inclusion of VOCA, which is a contact center, Meeting Insights, your business intelligence software. So that's, obviously improves the meeting productivity.
You do have one of the widest portfolios of solutions in the industry.
Yes.
And you're not one of the loudest. You don't boast as much as other people do. So stop boasting. Tell everybody about it.
We do need to boast about it. We do. And I think it's because historically we've always been quite transparent to end customers because of the way that we work, because of the way we operate through partners. But I think it's about time that we started really educating customers on how great AudioCodes are and everything we kind of do within our portfolio. We're really uniquely positioned as an organisation, and I do say to people, when we're asked who's your competitor, well, I can pick competitors for one element or two elements perhaps of what our portfolio, but it's really difficult to say who else compares to AudioCodes when it comes to a complete multicast solution for your complete requirement, and that does start with really the platform. We don't talk enough about live platform, which is kind of the underlying platform that all of these things kind of sit under or sit on, if you like, and there's some kind of hidden heroes there in terms of device management and One Voice Operations Center, which have been with us for years, but they now form part of that live platform solution, and it allows you to manage all of your devices, including devices that actually aren't even AudioCodes.
So my name is Nati Davidi, and I am managing the devices for AudioCodes. Today, most of our companies that we have deployed our devices, starting with a single camera on the edge of the room, okay? Now they are looking, when we are coming out with multiple camera support that we'll discuss in a minute, okay, they can add another camera. So with all the innovation coming, multiple camera, more AI approach, we believe that having a modular approach that will start from a little bit above the small room, okay, from 8 people and above, you want to have the ability to adapt to new technology, new cameras, multiple cameras, CPUs that are more aligned to AI. So we know that the modular approach was mainly into the large rooms with windows, okay? So we took a different approach. One, we are taking the Android up to auditorium, so we have customers with auditorium of 50 people with that modular approach. And we are taking the modular approach even to smaller rooms that you can either adapt the installation or have different type of setups between camera and audios devices. And we believe that this is more a right approach to adapt new technology without replacing everything in the room. You can grow, and you can also adapt new technologies. Okay. The right one is that currently everybody is trying to adapt to multiple cameras because you want to see the eyes of the people. So instead of having only single camera, we're now having another camera on the table, or dual camera. So that approach may be started on a large room, but why 8 people or 10 people cannot enjoy that the same way? Okay, we are talking about a hybrid. Most of the rooms are becoming smaller, but the technology and the experience that the users are looking does not say, oh, in the large room I want to be seeing, and in a medium room, no, I can cover with and a camera only in the edge of the room. So that modular approach enables them to enjoy the technology. It's moving in all size of rooms.
Tell us about Android. Android's a very confusing subject going on now for collaboration.
Yes. One, we have taken the approach to be what we call Android first. So we are focusing even though that we are having and also a Windows-based solution, most of our focus in terms of innovation and products is based on Android. So we are covering phones, panels outside of the room, small meeting room with a bar, and the modular approach that can scale up to auditorium with 50 or more people with the same Android version. Now with Microsoft, we even took that further with AOSP that we have came out in late 2024, that again, not against Google, but there was a lot of confusion by customers that when they want to manage the Android platform, they had to enable in the beginning all kinds of Google tools to understand how to protect them. And with Microsoft, with AOSP, we implemented all the underlying layers that enable that you can now in Intune, which was designed for Windows, but now is supporting Android devices, define all kinds of profiles and security rules and protect without enable any Google tools. And the next evolution is working with Microsoft on MDEP, which is a customized Microsoft version, you can say Android enterprise grade version.
I want to ask you about what you announced here. AI for everyone? What's going on here?
So what we've actually, I mean, you're probably aware that we've had Meeting Insights for a few years now.
Yep.
And what we've actually done is taken Meeting Insights and almost created a little brother called AI Summary. And effectively what this allows you to do is, buy a meeting room device, okay? You don't need to get in touch with your security and comms team or anything like that. It's self-contained, which is one of the key elements to this device. And it comes shipped with an AI summary and a Meeting Insights bot actually on the device.
So let me be clear about this. You're licensing the room, not the user?
Yes, it will be user on one device, okay?
Okay.
Now, the idea is, and it's because a lot of enterprises at the moment, they're trying to still understand practical use cases for AI and how that sits within their business. What we're actually doing is saying, look, unique meeting room devices, have AI summary on a meeting room device, okay, completely free, comes shipped with the device for 6 months, and that'll help you to understand and see the benefits of having these AI summaries from all of your meetings. I think the key here is, what we're not trying to do is compete with anybody, okay? What we're actually trying to do is complement, okay? And it is a complementary solution. Okay. Your power users might need Teams Premium. So an organization might say, right, those guys can have Teams Premium. Your knowledge workers might just need full-blown Meeting Insights. So they can just have Meeting Insights. And then admins and anybody else might just need the AI summary. Those people that are doing the occasional meeting, and it's just that kind of blended approach, I think, which is going to be really attractive to a lot of large organizations. They're not forced either way. And by us seeding the market almost with AI summary, it allows them to take that first step into, okay, well, we're going to adopt AI. We're now going to have AI summaries, we're going to improve productivity from the meeting space, and then they can actually work out where they go from there.
there was a lot to take in at that AudioCodes stand. It was pretty impressive.
There was, and you know, I don't want to misstate this because I did that once before when we were reporting on this. They are doing something very innovative. You know, in order to use Copilot with Teams, in order to get those meeting summaries, every user has to have their own license. And what they're doing with their own version of AI is they are doing room summaries licensed based on the room. So I can have 10,000 people in my organization, but 5 rooms, and just buy the license from them, not Copilot, but from them for 5 rooms, and they're giving it away for free for 6 months with every purchase. So that's a real MTR difference between them and all the other people.
That is a big difference. But the other difference that I just can't get over how comprehensive that portfolio is. And we didn't even cover everything in our coverage. I mean, the phones that really stood out to me. I mean, they're making Microsoft Teams phones. They're making SBCs. They're making the Android solutions. They're making everything. But tell me about those phones.
Well, the phones are either Microsoft Teams or Zoom. As opposed to their video products, they've got it covered on both of them. They're very easy to use. They're very easy to set up. And what they told me, and what Jay was saying, is they'll get people who buy their SBCs saying, you know what, we like this so much. Can we get IP phones from you? You know, we like your IP phones so much. Can we get MTRs and rooms from you? They now have document reading cameras. They have other devices as well. You know, the quality of their portfolio is what makes them grow.
And they're not made in certain countries, which concern a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I think that's an important thing too. But yeah, but let's talk about that Android. They've got a pretty comprehensive Android story too.
Yeah, they jumped on board MDEP very quickly. They shared code back and forth with the Microsoft people, so they're really pretty much on top of what's going on with that. And their strategy is modular. And to really understand that, it's like if you buy a small room bar and then all of a sudden you need to grow into a bigger room, you either have to repurpose that room bar or throw it out. With them, you're buying the module, you can just put in a bigger camera, put in a bigger peripheral. It almost goes back to the old days of separate components, but everything fits with everything else.
It really is a great story, and I feel great about highlighting them in our Pick Hits program because they really deserve a little more attention than they're getting, in my opinion.
Yeah, people need to look at those products just along with some of the other big guys in the industry because it's worth the time taking a look at it.